Hey guys, my name is Wincher. I own a marketing AI agency, and we usually make between $40 to $50,000 a month. And today we're gonna talk about how to make $10,000 a month and 60 days. The biggest question that I always have from friends, from family, from a couple of people I know is, Wincher, if you lose everything tomorrow, would you be able to redo it again, or you think it was just luck? And I'm like, knowledge is the only thing that you can never lose. So I want to walk you guys through the step to make your first $10,000 a month, and between 45 to 60 days, but let's be very conservative. Let's write 60 days. So first of all, number one, the biggest mistake that I see most people do is they leave their work. They Andrew Tate fan. And don't get me wrong, I love Andrew Tate, right? I love Andrew Tate. But their mentality is, you know what? I'm gonna leave everything, right? I'm gonna leave school, I'm gonna leave work, and I'm only gonna lock in on, business and everything. But I'm like, hey, first of all, if you don't have a work, go get a work. And if you're working, keep your job. Because someone working a 9 to 5 will go faster to the $10,000 a month than someone not working at all. Why? Because they can afford to lose money, right? Let me do the money sign. They can afford to lose money versus someone that doesn't have a 9 to 5. They're using their last money. After that, it's done. After that, they cannot do anything anymore. So number one is keep working, because we need that money to reinvest in the business. The money is not gonna go to McDonald's. The money is not gonna it's not gonna be, to have fun. All your money from your 9 to 5, if you live with your parent, is going to be reinvested into the business. Into step 4. But I'm gonna walk you guys through step 4 right after. Number 2, we need to choose a good niche. The biggest mistake that I see most people do is that they choose a niche that they like. They choose no. We don't want to choose a niche that we like. We want to choose a niche that will bring us a lot of money. And how do we know what is a good niche? Very simple. We want to make sure that there's enough people to serve. We want to make sure that they charge a lot of money, because if they charge a lot of money, that means they make a lot of money and they can pay you. We want to make sure that, they're not beginners, right? So we want to make sure that they are making money. And we want to make sure that their sales process is very, very short. What do I mean by sales process is short? That means that today they get a sales, within 1 week, they can close the deal, right? We don't want to work with, for example, real estate agent that, take 2-3 months before receiving their commission. We don't want that. So what type of company is a good niche? Very simple. We have most companies in construction. So we're talking about home modeling. We're talking about roofers. We're talking about solar. We have the health industry. Also, we're talking about pet medicine. We're talking about chiropractor. Basically, every single thing that have a lot of people, have a short sales cycle, and charge a lot of money. And number 3 is the most important thing. A lot of people want to go to 10K per month, right? But there's multiple ways to go about it. There's multiple ways to go to 10K per month. Let me show you guys. So first way to get to 10K per month, you can have 5 people. You can have 5 people paying you $2,000 a month, right? It's gonna bring you to that 10K per month, right? You can have 2 people paying you $5,000 a month. It's gonna bring you to 10,000, and you can have 1 person pay you 10K upfront. It's going to bring you to 10,000 a month. The difference between all of them, I forgot, the most hardest one. We can have 10 people paying you 1,000 a month, right? The difference is the vehicle that you choose to go in, right? Someone taking the bus and trying to go to, I don't know, New York, Montreal from New York, versus someone taking a train or taking a plane to go to New York. At the end of the day, we're still gonna get to $10,000 a month, right? We're still gonna go to New York. But the difference is the plane is gonna be much faster, the train is gonna be much faster than the bus. So the biggest mistake that I see a lot of people do is they don't charge a lot of money. Because you guys are beginners doesn't mean that you need to charge beginners money, right? The way you calculate how much money you need to charge is how much value am I gonna give them, right? If I charge someone $1,000, but I bring them back $100,000, is that fair? No. If I charge someone $10,000, but I bring them $100,000. Is that fair? Yes, it's a little bit more fair. You could even charge them $25,000, right? But for that, you might need testimonial. So me, the advice that I tell you to do, it's very simple, right? Again, 10% paying you $1,000, right? 5% paying you $2,000, 2% paying you $5,000, or 1% paying you $10,000. So me, the way I like to do it, it's very simple, right? You go ahead and you can charge a $3,000 package, right? You charge $3,000 for, whatever service that you decide to sell. You charge $3,000 and you do a 3-month program, right? So 3 months, 90 days, you charge $3,000 per month, which is 1K, right? So obviously they can go ahead and pay it monthly, right? They can go ahead and pay the 9,000. Or you tell them, listen, John, if you go ahead and you pay the 3-month upfront right now, instead of $9,000, I'm only gonna charge you $7,000 upfront. You just made $7,000 upfront right now, right? That would be the way I would go about it. Or you could do the same thing, right? You charge 2K per month for 3 months, right? You write it under contract, which is 6K, and you tell them, Mr. John, Mr. Francis, if you pay for the 3 month upfront, it's only $5,000. That's simple. That's simple. And you get 2 clients this way, you already made you $10,000. You already made you $10,000. So guys, charge a lot of money. Because you guys are beginners, doesn't mean that you need to charge beginners money. You charge money based on the value and the money that you're gonna bring them. Value is save time or help them make more money. Which one you do, right? If you do both, it's even better. So charge a lot of money, but perfect. Personal gonna tell them perfect. I keep my word. I have money to inject in the business. I have a good niche. I charge a lot of money, but how do I get client? Is the most important thing. How do you guys get client? It's very simple. Run ads. Sorry for my language, but I'm gonna say fuck cold call, fuck SMSDM, fuck all of those things. It might work for some people, but you guys are gonna waste time. I'm gonna take the same example. I'm trying to go to New York from Montreal. I can go by walk. I can take a bicycle. I can take a train. But if I want to take the plane, if I want to get result, yesterday, run ads. And there's so many things outside in the internet. You guys are watching this video on YouTube. Right after the video, you guys could literally go on YouTube and say how to run Facebook ads. When I say ads, I'm not talking about Google ads, and I'm talking about YouTube ads. I'm talking about Facebook ads, right? Let me just put it in brackets. I'm talking about Facebook ads. You guys need to run Facebook ads. Facebook ads in 2026 is literally the fastest way to get clients. I run Facebook ads. I run Facebook ads for my own business. All the advice that I give you, I'm currently doing it for my own business, and it's bringing me close to $40,000 and $50,000 per month every single month, right? So run Facebook ads. The reason you want to keep your word is because you want to inject that money on Facebook ads, and maybe you're not gonna get result right away, right? Maybe you're not gonna get result right away, but at least you are going to be able to inject money in your ads. Versus if you leave your job, you have $1,000 left, you put the $1,000 on ads, it might not work, right? It might not work. So keep your word. That way you can re-inject budget and ads every single month. And perfect. What's the perfect budget for ads? Me, I say for beginner, if you really want to test, right, I would say do $50 per day. Let me see if I work. Perfect. I would say do $50 per day. With $50 per day on ads, you are going to be okay. You are going to be very okay. You are going to be very good, right? Me, to give you guys perspective, I'm only spending around $3,800 a month on ads. So with $50 a day, you should easily get to at least 10,000 a month. But now let's talk about perfect. I have ads, but what type of ads do I run? Do I do a landing page? Do I do a lead form? Club. So what type of ads are you gonna run? So, and when whenever you want to get leads, you're only gonna run one type of ads. You're gonna run a lead ads, right? Gonna run a lead ads. But from there, there's two things, right? You can do a lead form. You can do a lead form to a client, or you can do a landing page. So how are you gonna know which is which? It's really going to depend on your level of risk, right? If you know that you're gonna get lead, you're ready to call them. When they call me, you're gonna call them as soon as possible. Blah blah. Blah. Perfect. Go ahead and go with lead form. If you have a lower budget, right, you can go ahead and with lead form. It works, right? But if you have a little bit more budget, you can spend more than $50 a day. You can spend maybe $100 a day. I would tell you go ahead with the landing page. Me personally, for my business, I'm currently using the landing page. Yeah, for my business, I'm currently using the landing page. Because why am I using the landing page? Is because it's a no-brainer. We only get qualified people. And when I say qualified, I'm talking about fully qualified people. We only get qualified people, right? And what exactly do I mean by we only get qualified people? Whatever qualifying question that we ask, we don't care, right? Because we know that if he's really qualified, we're gonna close him. And me personally, I charge very high ticket. To give you guys a perspective, I charge around $12,000. But for you, what is going to be very attractive is the lead form. Because what's good with the lead form is you can still, qualify your leads. You can ask two, three question mask, right? Two, three questions. You can ask two, three questions. Right, ask two question, perfect. Then on the lead form at the end, of course, you're gonna send them to your booking page. That way you can have people. Let's try the booking page. That way you can have people go ahead and book an appointment with you. But when you have a lead form, that's when you have a lower budget, and most likely you have a team to call the leads. But if you're alone, that's very good also. So for every single beginners, I will tell you guys to go ahead and use the lead form, because the lead form, you're gonna get a lot of leads. Right? You're gonna get a lot of leads, and you are going to be able to set them and close them. So yeah, go ahead with the lead form. But if you have a better budget, if you have a higher budget, you can spend at least $100 a day. Go ahead and use the landing page, because with the landing page, you're gonna get more qualified leads, right? You're not gonna have to call and run after them. But the reason I'm saying is for people that have a little bit more money is because it's also high risk, If your marketing is not good, if your targeting is not good, if your creative are not good, you might spend a couple of $100s just wasted like that, right? Because you are creating a lot of friction, because you are trying to get the most qualified leads possible. So if you're a beginner, go ahead and go with the lead form, right? You ask two, three qualifying questions. At the end of the form, you send them to your booking page, or they can self-book themselves into an appointment. And for every single lead that's coming, you need speed to lead, right? Speed to lead. You need speed to lead, and you need to be able to call them as soon as possible. As soon as possible. The lead come right now. You can do whatever you want. You can be kissing your girlfriend. Just please stop everything. Call the lead straight away. Book it into an appointment. And another mistake that I see a lot of people do is that when they go ahead and they book an appointment, the guy said, I'm available in 1 week, right? They say, perfect, John, it's Monday. I'm going to see you next Wednesday. No. Please do not do that. You need to book them maximum 72 hours in advance. Max. That's the maximum. If you can book them for the same day, book them for the same day. If you can book them for tomorrow, book them tomorrow, but maximum 72 hours. Maximum 72 hours, right? So, yeah, whatever to tell you, hey, no, I'm not gonna be available. No worries, John, it's only a 30 minutes call, right? It's only gonna be a 20 minutes, 25 minutes call where I'm basically going to show you how we can help you get X, Y, Z, right? So, maximum 72 hours in advance. And yeah, so that's it for running ads. And perfect, you're probably gonna ask me, okay, Wencher, unfortunately, I don't have a work. I'm 16 or I'm 15, I'm 14. What do I do to get client? I can't have a work. I can't legally work yet. Is it like, am I done? Can I not get client? Yes, you can, right? And the way that you are going to go about it is very simple. You have three options, right? You can do cold calls, right? But if you're young or if you don't have a work, if you don't have a work but you're old, perfect. Cold call might work for you, or cold DM, right? But I'm gonna take the scenario that you're young, you're 15, 16 usually, because if you're older, there's no way, there's no reason for you not to have a work. So if you are older, then 16, 17, go get a job and run ads. Very simple. But if you are younger than that, good. You are going to do now, you're not gonna do any cold call, you're not doing any cold DM. What you're gonna do, you're gonna do YouTube videos. And unfortunately, I realized that very, very late. But the best and the biggest thing that you can do to get client fast, right, are YouTube videos. Because keep in mind, I'm gonna write it right here. 100 views on YouTube equal 10K view as a reel on Instagram or TikTok. So with 100 views only on your videos, you can get one client, right? After my video, you can go ahead and watch how to optimize YouTube, whatever. But if I'm less than 16 and I'm trying to get client, I want to run my own AI agency, I would basically do 2 videos a day, 2 YouTube videos a day. And you have no excuses, because you can use Claude or you can use ChatGPT to find ideas on right to right. And you need to make sure the content that you make is to your niche. If you're working with, roofers, you want to make sure that, you have how to add an extra $10,000 a month, how to add an extra 100 appointment every single month with AI as a roofer, how to save 50 hours with AI as a roofer. Like, make sure that your content is very, very, very targeted for your niche. So yeah, let me see if I forget anything else. The last one will be fulfillment. One of the biggest mistake that I see that a lot, and I mean 99% of people do when they have their AI agency and they try to scale to 10K per month, they work on the 80% that will not move the business forward instead of working on the 20% that will move the business forward. So what do I mean by that? Most people will spend their time learning AI, right? You could be the best AI guy in the world. If you don't have any client, or if no one knows you, you're just wasting your time. So for the fulfillment, once you get a client, figure this out, right? You can pay someone on Fiverr to do it. You can pay someone on Upwork to do it. So please, when you start your AI agency and you're trying to go after that $10,000 a month and the 60 days, don't focus on how to build an AI. Building an AI is literally the last thing that you should worry about. You should worry about running ads. You should worry about running ads. Get client. So anyway, I hope that you guys like the video. I really went through, a lot. I hope that was not too much. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next videos. Like, subscribe if you want to see more videos on how, to scale to $10,000 a month with an AI agency. So guys, thank you for your time, and I'll see you on the next one.